Going live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live stream channeling session on YouTube. I'm Dante Starshine. You can't see me yet. You'll be able to in a minute. If you are watching on YouTube, the replay, we do this every week. You can join on Thursdays. The Zoom link is about to be in the comments on YouTube. Ooh.
May be useful to remind people to keep their microphones off.
Oh yeah. If you're not speaking, please keep your microphone off at all times. Okay, I'm coming back into Zoom. Get started. Lots of people here today. Thank you for everyone for joining in the Zoom. And I can say for that reason, it is a bit less likely that a lot of the YouTube text questions we will get to today, in the case that everybody who's here right now has a question. We keep getting more. So I'm Dante Starshine. I've been channeling the Pleiadian Council for a number of years, 5 of them now. And they are an extraterrestrial soul group that is supporting us in this planetary evolution. We can into our own higher dimensional guides and work with this energy to support our own spiritual growth and following our passion and being more of the light and the love that we are. So these transmissions help us to establish the contact with our own guides and answer any questions on our own journey, and in terms of ideas and understandings that might help everybody on this planet. So you can ask really anything that comes to you. There are few questions that we can't really include when it comes to deterministic ideas about the future, because we live in this multidimensional reality. However, beyond that, everything is fair game. And when you are not, again, when you are not speaking, please make sure that you're muted in the Zoom room. If you want to type your question into the Zoom room box, Bastiani will read it, or you can type it into the YouTube box as well. However, again, with already 17 people in the room today, it's not so likely that we're going to be able to include all of the text-based questions, unfortunately. This is all done freely on donation. Donations really support me, could really use the support right now. So for these free sessions, there's a link in the YouTube comments and in the Zoom comments. I really appreciate the support. It helps me in continuing to offer this for free. You can also support, and of course, support yourself deeper in your own growth through the one-to-one channeling sessions and the channeling program, the course, which is now enrolling. There's not a fixed date for the start of the next group program, but as soon as like 3 or 4 people sign up, we will arrange times that work for everybody who's participating. It's a group container to learn channeling over 3 months. It really supports people in not only learning the channel, but deepening their intuitive healing gifts and coming to realize how they can maneuver their own consciousness in life to kind of move through many blockages and support others in moving through blockages just by being themselves and by using these specific healing tools that can help us unravel the different beliefs that we've gained from experiences, from traumas, from challenges in our past. So there's some people in this room right now who've participated. You can ask them if you have questions. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer. I also offer it one-to-one. If you want to work with me one-to-one on that program over time, but it is more helpful in a group setting, as well as I do private channeling sessions that are not just answering your questions, but often also offering a deeper personal healing than what you can experience in this group. So if you'd like to join that, you can just find all about it on my website, dantestarshine.com. And as well, the prices on that site are going to go up by $33 across the board. There's sliding scale based on the time frame, but the bottom end is going to go up by $33 beginning and the end of 2022. The beginning of 2022. So if you haven't booked a session yet, but you're curious about it, now is a great time to do so, to still get it at that old rate, which is quite a discount compared to my other colleagues doing channeling work at this quality. So I think that's all that I have to say, unless I'm forgetting something, which Bastiani or somebody else can remind me. I have an email list on dantestarshine.com, and I send out an email about these calls every week. It should pop up right as you go on the website. And just make sure that you take it out of your spam folder, and it's going to show up every week sometime between Monday and Wednesday. And I think that's all I have to say. So, oh yeah, and thanks to Josh, who's here every week, who provides the annotations, like kind of like a little text of all of the questions. So if you ever want to scan through videos that you miss, usually a week after the video or something like that, there's timestamps where you can just, take a little scroll through and see which questions are really relevant for you in the moment. So thanks, Josh, for doing that. And okay, the last thing I have to say is, unfortunately, the internet isn't working at this internet cafe where I'm at. So I'm on my last megabytes of my data package. I wanted to show up on video for y'all to start, but I can't stay on video the whole time because I would run out of data and it would shorten the call. So unfortunately, today I'm going to stop the video and it's just going to be audio based. But you're welcome to show up on video yourself, as that will show up in the YouTube video, and it can, help other people connect deeper with you and vice versa. So should we get started then?
Yeah, just please make me the host. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm so tempted for a moment to try the Wi-Fi one more time.
Dante, you can also do a hotspot from your personal phone, from your phone for Wi-Fi.
Enjoy, everybody, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, and we say a good day to all of you, and each and every one of you as individuals at this time. As the Pleiadian Council, we speak on behalf of the Galactic Alliance and also your own guides, ascended masters, and beings of interdimensional support coming to your planet to support this grand evolution, or as you call it, ascension. It is a pleasure to establish contact with you and an honor. And we thank you, as again, every time you allow beings like ourselves to meet you and interact with you in this or any way, you open up a bridge between our respective realities, and together we get to deepen into what you know as source consciousness together, allowing Source's intention for this multiverse to be fulfilled through our mutual expansion. So our thanks and appreciation and gratitude is with you. Now, we will open up with a brief message, as we tend to do, before answering all of the questions that seem exciting for you, or even comments or sharings or musings of any sort that you would wish to reflect. The title of this transmission today is Maintaining a Positive State Unconditionally. And for this transmission, we would hope to clarify some details as to what it means to be in a positive state. Is a positive state positive emotions, positive feelings? A lot of the time it includes that. And you know that you have followed the right trail. You have integrated the release of negative beliefs and come in alignment with the formula when you feel good and positive emotions and sensations in your body. Yet, many of you, instead of learning what it means to have a positive attitude unconditionally, attempt to feel positive all of the time. And when you do this, it actually blocks your access to the formula rather than enhances it. Because, again, it is emotion and feeling that is your healing. And so whenever you attempt to move away from certain negative emotions to simply come back into the positive emotions, you deny the healing of those feelings, and the beliefs that keep those feelings there simply stay exactly where they are at, latched onto some part of your consciousness. So the truest way to be in an unconditionally positive state is to have a positive attitude all the time. And a positive attitude is different from always feeling positive. A positive attitude is to be aware of the limitations or the pain or the discomfort in a given situation, and also be open to seeing the hidden positives. With an unconditionally positive attitude, you understand that every negative thing you are feeling is something that you are healing. And so you give thanks for the challenge that you are facing, knowing that it would not be there if you were not facing and moving a deeply held negative belief. This positive attitude also understands that if there is a delay, if there is a postponement, if there is an obstacle, that can also be a good thing. This unconditionally positive attitude knows that the universe is supporting you. Your own higher mind is supporting you in getting exactly where you need to go. And rather than rushing and insisting, when you are truly having this positive attitude, you understand that the redirections in the path are supporting you and getting you where you are going. Even if it delays it, you are remembering that the process is the point. This unconditionally positive attitude also does not fuss over the resistance or lack of willingness that others have to join one in that positive state. When you have a truly positive attitude, it does not matter if other people around you are, as you say, Debbie Downers in some of your colloquial language, because you recognize that no one else is responsible for your own frequency. This means that you stop trying to bring other people on board with your own attitude, and you trust their process. You let them be exactly where they're at. You let them be as negative as they are, because again, this unconditionally positive attitude has unconditional trust in one's own emotional state and the emotional state of everyone around, knowing that they will face transformation, integration, and the awakening to higher frequency states of consciousness in their own time and space when they are ready. So by being able to not suppress your own emotions, to see that your own feeling and emotional state is there for you to let go of old negative beliefs, by understanding that all of the obstacles and challengings and redirections are also there for a reason, and by understanding that everyone else is exactly where they are at for a reason, you can be as open-minded, as open-hearted, as clear-sighted in every potential situation that you face. This is what it means to take a negative situation and turn it into something positive. It does not matter if you face negative energy, because you will. It is a part of this universe, and it is a part of you. You have these limiting beliefs for a reason. And instead of learning to work with them by accepting how you are and using the feelings that are up as an entryway into the deeper parts of your consciousness where these beliefs are stored, but instead fight the emotions, you will never get to a true positive state. The people who avoid their true feelings and put on a false positivity are actually in a much more negative state than the people who are complaining all the time. Because the people who are putting on a false self are missing the whole point of the formula, which is, again, to be who you are, to be yourself. So while it may seem tempting to look outside at all of the images of the idealized, successful, happy person and attempt to portray yourself in that way, if it is not true for you, if it is not 100% authentic for you, if it is not coming from your natural, unaltered state of being, it is not being truly who you are. It is not following the formula, and it will, again, as like vibration attracts the same vibration, attract to you more falseness, more deception, more fakeness, because that will be the energy you are putting out. And this is a great challenge for many of you in your world right now, as so many people fall into the trap of attempting to prove they are something they are not, rather than surrendering to who they actually are and knowing that regardless of what they are feeling, they have the power right now to come into alignment with the formula, to find their passion, to follow it the best they can, and to surrender, to release all insistence on any outcome. And doing this will put your energy in a much higher frequency place. It will support others around you in raising their frequency to a much higher energy as well. And it will change your entire world to a much more high frequency place as well. Though in order to do that, you have to be honest, and you have to be willing to feel everything that is present, knowing that this positive attitude, this true commitment to be in a positive state no matter what, does not mean that you always feel good and positive emotions or sensations. There are accidents that happen, there are challenges in daily life, there are experiences as a part of this reality that will bring up the negative frequency within you. And the application of this understanding is to be able to see that experience in a positive way, to be able to find hidden positives and great trust in every experience you are having, regardless of what emotions, regardless of what feelings, regardless of what sensations are present. You accept them as part of yourself and as a part of all that is. And in that acceptance, in that neutrality, you find the hidden positive energy that allows you to be, in a sense, indestructible. Because regardless of what happens, you will have your eyes open to see the love, the light, the positive frequencies that are around you and within you in every single moment. We thank you for allowing us to share this message, to begin this transmission in this way. And we ask you now, in which ways can we be of a service to you by reflecting upon your questions, comments, and musings at this time?
There you go. Can I enter?
Yes.
Hello, greetings to you, Pleiadian Council, and thank you for doing what you're doing with us. I'm needing some clarity about the difference between what is wanted and what is really needed. Because, you know, Abraham is saying that you can have anything that you really want, while Bashar is saying that you can have only what you really need. And how do we know what we truly need? I'm wondering.
Well, yes. As you speak to the being, the Bashar, we are in concurrent agreement with the Bashar and many other extraterrestrial entities of this nature that offer you this understanding of 7 neutral needs. The needs being the need for air, for water, for sleep, for food, for shelter, and then for self-expression and relationship. Thus, what you need is not as simple as what you consider your survival needs in that old understanding of hierarchy of needs. It also includes those upper parts of that need pyramid from that understanding. And it includes mostly then the need for self-expression and for relationship. Though within this, you must understand that thinking that you need a specific type of relationship, that you must date somebody with this amount of money and this amount of experience and who resonates with you on all of these different ideas, that is insistence. You need relationship. You might not even need to be dating somebody right now. You may want it very strongly, but the understanding is that you can meet the need for relationship, including the need for touch in a variety of ways. And as long as you do that, you will be able to thrive. This can lead you deeper into finding more desires within those needs. And yes, all of those desires are essentially something that you need to explore eventually. It is a part of, again, being yourself and following the formula to explore them. Though again, when you insist on the timing of how those desires are met, it takes you out of the flow. So it is important to, yes, understand everything that you want is essentially something you desire as it comes to these realms of self-expression and relationship. But it will happen in its own time and space. So the need for speaking your truth, as many of you say, and sharing your own understandings and experiences is also a true need. And this fits into what you, from that old understanding, would call the need for self-actualization. So achieving goals is, in a sense, a form of self-expression. It is in deepening your understanding of who you are and fearlessly following the formula, expressing your excitement again and again. This, yes, leads you to self-expression, self-actualization. If, again, it is exciting for you, you can consider it a need. But again, what you need to do is act on what's exciting for you. You do not actually need the outcome that you are intending to experience in following your excitement. And when you understand this, it is much easier to be in alignment with the formula. Sometimes all you need to do is start following a certain pathway to come to realize that the ultimate result, if you continued following the pathway, isn't really relevant for you. And then you turn back around. But you still needed to walk down the path, a certain length of the path, in order to gain that understanding. So you need to act on the things that you want. Those are the things that are exciting, but you might not need the end result. Attaching to the end result brings about insistence and resistance. And when those energies are present, you are not in alignment with the formula and you will lower your frequency. We hope that makes this much clearer.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thank you very much. And a short one regarding eye colors. Is there any relevance? Because I've seen many people, for example, about 80% of the people in high technology or high spirituality in fringe domains have blue eyes, for example. And I'm just curious, is there a relation between eye color and a preponderance of things that people do in this world?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. Thank you very much. That would be all. Thank you.
All right, thanks. You as well.
Helen, go ahead, please. Are you there?
If she's not there, then maybe I can ask something quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so hello, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, yes.
Greetings to you. Hope you're doing wonderfully.
Oh, yes, we are fantastic.
That is lovely to hear. I have a question regarding, again, it has to do with Bashar in a way, because he said that we could tune into our future selves and like download stuff from them. And I do a lot of like collecting like ideas, like science fiction, like stuff about the future, how I imagine the future to be, and then also how I want the current moment to be like. And then I wonder like if I am actually connecting to those future timelines when I think about them.
You are.
All right. So then there's like one timeline that is like in the year 2127, so like roughly 100 years from now. And I was just wondering what you think about that, why I think about this time, and what do you think about that?
Well, what do you witness when you view or connect with that time and space?
Well, my thought is that a lot of things that right now seem like a utopian vision could easily be implemented in like about 100 years time. And so I kind
Yes.
of had this focus on this time for some reason.
Yes, you could consider that being a time in which the deconstruction phase of your human history will come to a completion in some timelines, meaning that you will have eradicated most of the technologies and the structures that are very harmful to humans and to the planet, and have restored your greenery by large extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's nice.
And also, it is a time when it is possible that there's large-scale extraterrestrial interactions, meaning that there are extraterrestrials living among you openly, and humans also are allowed travel to other planets for certain purposes.
Yeah, that's very cool. I imagined this to be that way, and then I was excited to connect more. Like it's like when I feel like when I'm in a high frequency, then I can like kind of connect to that, or like the higher I feel like the higher the frequency is that I'm at, the more I imagine myself to connect with those future versions or something like that.
Yes,
Uh,
when you are in that high frequency state, you are able to connect with these higher frequency timelines a lot more. Whereas somebody who spends time in lower frequencies will likely have greater visions of potentially negative timelines that also exist out there.
yes, all right. Okay, I'm not that sure if maybe Helen is back or something.
Yeah, sorry, I had technical problems. I'd like to ask a question about something bizarre that happened to me. I was just having a snack by in the kitchen the other day, and when I walked away, under my boots by the foot chakra, my boots were just spontaneously melting. And when I was walking doing my shopping, my thick rubber boots were just melting, but only in one spot. And it was just bizarre. It was like some energy was coming up through the earth, but only affecting one spot on my boot.
All right.
So,
and you're sure you were not stepping on anything that was particularly hot?
No, I've got a cold wooden floor, and I stood there for about 2 minutes, and just under where my foot chakra is, my boot, which was thick rubber, had just began to melt.
Yes.
But only in that area.
It was not coming from the, we'll rephrase that, it was your own body's energy tapping into energy from the earth that created a heat between your foot and the earth that was powerful enough to create this melting effect.
Wow. How was that? Why was that?
Have you been practicing grounding more, perhaps?
Yeah, I've been doing a deep meditation, and I was grounding with the earth the night before, and I'd done a little bit of exercise that day, and I was just in a normal standing position, not doing anything. But it was just bizarre.
Well, then it is a reflection of the fact that these tools and this exercise is working for you to be more grounded in more ways than you anticipated, perhaps.
Wow. All right. Thank you, because it's just left me. I was thrilled and excited, but it was just so bizarre. I just needed to know what had happened. But thank you.
Perhaps you needed an extra potent sign to confirm to you that you're on the right path.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes, so thanks to you as well.
Love and light. Bye-bye.
Hello, Pleiadians. I want to ask a question from Satyanarayana.
Yes.
My root chakra is vibrating since 2 months and also left side of the body. Tell the reason why I have to do what I have to do.
All right. Both the root chakra and the left side of the body connect with an energy that is considered more feminine, more yin. So the first thing we will suggest is establishing a deeper connection with your own inner feminine. Are you able to express this energy? Are you able to express feminine qualities? Are you able to get deeply in touch with your emotions and feelings? Are you able to be in a receptive mode where you openly receive from others? Can you connect with your creative energy? Does it flow easily for you to creatively express yourself through writing, art, painting, singing, or something of this nature? This would be very helpful. In terms of the root chakra specifically, there are what you would consider trauma responses to explore that have come from beliefs you have adopted from challenging experiences, particularly in childhood, particularly in times before you were fully conscious and aware. It would be advisable to do more work on these memories with a sort of inner child therapy, as well as allowing yourself to get in touch with those levels of deep insecurity, and through your own processing and healing, releasing the beliefs that keep you thinking that you might be insecure while acting in ways that, again, honor your inner feminine sensitivity, but also create stronger senses of security. So as it comes to the root chakra, you will need to tend to your body through diet, through exercise, learning again how your body responds to specific foods and substances. Do they sit well in the body? Are you able to feel your body respond in a positive way? If things do not generate a positive response in your body upon ingesting them, learning to cut them out. Walking barefoot, ideally, running if you can, exercising in the ways that are exciting for you, yoga, qigong, going to the gym even. All of these things will strengthen your connection with your body. You can also meditate on the root chakra, visualizing red light in that part of your body. And as you breathe in, imagine pulling red light down through your nose into this place, holding the breath in, holding the light there, letting it grow stronger. And exhale, feel it rising back up through your spine. In this way, working with the deep primal Kundalini energy that is stored in the center and is related to its healthy functioning. So at a certain point in the process, as you tap into this energy and come to trust it and come to let it work through you, it will accelerate this healing in deep ways.
Thank you. Mario, it's your turn.
Hi, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, yes, welcome.
Thank you very much for this beautiful transmission and, of course, for the opportunity to speak with you. Today, I'm really excited to share a dream with you. Actually, I had you in my dream.
All right.
So I was looking at a screen with my fiance, but we are seeing that all of them are declined. In one moment, we see that one of them is for 285 euro. And we start to argue with my fiance to give discounts. In that moment, I see Dante channeling you, and you say, why do you need to give any discount? But we continue to argue, and until a moment later, I see a dark a black cloud in the sky. And as I'm looking at it, it's starting to descend very fast towards me. At some point, it touches me, it goes inside of me. The pain is massive. I'm in terror, and I know that I'm transitioning soon. And in those moments, you appear again, and you're telling me, when you realize that everything is a holographic projection of creation, then you will, and I don't remember exactly that part, what you said here, and then you continue. Once you realize that there is nothing outside, become aware that there is nothing outside of you. And in those moments, I feel pictures from the movie The Matrix, more especially this part where with the Tibetan boy who is bending the spoon. And I would like to get some insight from you because it was really exciting dream.
All right. Well, what conclusion have you come to from this dream? What is your new perspective about yourself as a result?
In the morning, the next day when I woke up, I had a feeling that the black sky was actually, because I started to work with high frequency crystals, was a notification that I need to ground more. So I actually got tourmaline and other kind of grounding stones. This was something that came. And in the part where where the cloud went inside of me, I have a feeling I went into some much higher realm where I actually lost consciousness. And I have a feeling that was in the template level reality, but I'm not sure because I was not aware.
Yes, it was that level of reality that you were eventually brought to. Though, in many senses, aspects of this dream are self-explanatory. You are integrating in deeper levels of your awareness that this is a holographic reality and that it is all interconnected, and that you do have the power to use that awareness to shift beyond limited and stuck perspectives. We were there in a sense as we represent a messenger of your own higher self as we facilitate that connection for you with your own higher self. The argument is interesting and perhaps reflects a willingness to opening and raising your standards, to allowing yourself to have more, to receive more, to opening to greater harmony and synergy in your partnership, and using that connection with your higher mind as an anchor in that process.
Thank you so much. My unconditional love and appreciation to you.
Our love to you as well. Does that satisfy you? Can you work with that, or is there anything remaining?
It was an amazing answer. I'm gonna listen to it after it as well, but I'm pretty sure it will serve me perfectly.
All right, our thanks to you. And we wish to remind everybody that tomorrow there is a private transmission that you can tap into with this channel and with us. It will allow you, if you would like, to go deeper with any questions that you might not want to share in this open public space. We mention it as the channel forgot to do so. So we simply offer that and invite you to take a look if that is of interest to you.
This week.
Oh. Is it
That
next
was last
week?
There was one last week.
Yes, we understand. The following week then. So let's continue.
I have something I'd like to ask. Is it okay to ask now?
Yes.
Okay, I had the most surprising experience late on Monday evening. I was trying a new guided meditation and I experienced what I presume to be an ET encounter. And it's strange because I don't form images in my mind. I have music in my mind, but I have something called aphantasia. I don't have images. So this was a visual, but a very real and persistent and startling but enjoyable experience. It was a single, it appeared to me as a single white alien, similar to the Greys. And I was thinking similar to a white Spider-Man costume, like Spider-Man in the movie, but in white. And also I had a feeling that the costume was like bandages, and that
Or
it
perhaps
was
like a
sheep.
mummy.
A little bit like there was something sad or distressed or coming unbandaged. I mean, this was my thoughts perhaps, but the strange thing was I don't have images in my mind, and this was so real and persistent. It wasn't like I could look away. This was a very powerful encounter. So what happened, and who could this be?
Perhaps it is a reflection of a time to take off one's bandages.
I hear what you're saying. The aspect that I'm getting is this kind of open to channeling, because it's a connection with a being, and this being is very present. I mean, in the days since then, and just now, if I want to open up to words, then words might be coming, but it's been largely silent. So it's a relationship, and the appearance might be a true appearance, or it might be something nothing to do with that. And there's one other aspect, that the guided audio was to go up to an alien spaceship deliberately, that was from a race called Gamalgum, who are supposed to look like humans. And this was a being that didn't look like humans. I don't know about Gamalgum. Maybe you know about that. I don't know.
Well, this being is a guide for you and will be around. You can come to get to know them deeper. Again, the bandages or the covering represents revealing yourself. And as you reveal yourself and recognize that there is no need for the bandages anymore, this being will also reveal themselves to you. You can connect with them in this guided visual way, or you can connect with them in an auditory way, but they will stick around as long as you want them there.
Right, that's very clear. There's a mirror aspect of my own development. I mean, it's pretty, it's pretty constant. I can tune in and she's there.
Yes.
At any time. And I just wondered my relationship with this being.
Soul counterpart.
Soul counterpart, yes. And it really is quite beautiful and exciting and very joyous. And there was a moment in the guided meditation where I was supposed to ask, are you truly the Gamalgum? And there was silence. And then I was lying in bed and my head and shoulders lifted up about 20 centimeters. I was just jerked up. And this happened several times, this kind of reply. And I was just laughing. I found it so funny and comforting. It was really quite an experience, quite a life-changing experience, I would say.
Yes, you can continue to get to know this being. They will be with you. Again, as a soul counterpart, they represent what some of you know as a future version of yourself from an extraterrestrial group. You might not be meeting exactly the same extraterrestrial group that you were guided to connect with through this particular meditation, though with time it will become clear who and for what purpose you are establishing a connection.
Exactly. I felt it wasn't that particular name, but that it was time to meet a very similar experience, and the connection is now made. And
Yes.
I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying this. And I'm very grateful for your influence on bringing me to this encounter. Thank you.
Yes, and our gratitude is reflected to you as well.
I have a question, Pleiadian Council.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So much gratitude for this transmission. I am taking plant medicines from the healer I worked with in Peru. And I wanted to ask your insights about how this might help me further my meditation or my connections to my counterparts. Do you have any insights that might help me use this these medicines and these plant healings in a deeper way? Thank you.
Which medicines are you using?
Washuma.
All right. And what experience are you having with it?
I'm able to connect further with my breath.
Yes.
In the course of the day, when I don't have to think as much about it, I'm able to focus on it much quicker. My meditation goes deeper. And that's been my experience so far.
Well, consider, first of all, these plants help you to connect with your own body. Know that as a channel or as a being that has interdimensional relationships with others, again, your physical body is the container for your astral body. Thus, your connection with your physical body, the cleansing of the physical body, and your ability to maneuver it consciously is all very important for your ability to connect to other beings with your astral body. Thus, this and other plants clean and clarify your connection with your physical body. Thus, you go deeper into your breath. It also opens up your psychic senses so that through your own deepening connection with yourself, you can have, as you say, deeper meditations, shamanic journeys, visualizations. You can explore the realm of your own imagination and the inner workings of your consciousness much quicker. You will find the plants also help you to get to see your beliefs and your perspectives and your preconceived notions about reality that are no longer necessarily true or helpful. And by releasing them and recognizing with the presence of this plant teacher that they are optional and they can be tossed aside, you will also be able to see deeper into psychic realms so that those encounters that you do have are not distorted through old ideas.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, because I have found that very recently there's a lot of purging, or a lot of things, of old things are arising and kind of taking me by surprise a bit, because I thought I've been working on it, but it's definitely going deeper and churning up more of the older belief systems. So
yes,
thank you very much.
Then the plant has arrived at the perfect time to accelerate the release of those old ideas, old beliefs, old perspectives, and help you bring in the new, more cosmic energies. No, the plant grows directly up towards the light. And in this sense, it supports you in bridging your own connection towards the light and having a direct and thoroughly potent and strong focus that leads you directly upwards.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, I thanks you as well. All right, somebody else?
Hello.
Hello, yes, welcome.
This is Satyanarayan from India.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you tell me the reason of I'm not talking to the English too much betterly fluently? I think that English is a logical language. I cannot speak fluently more than one, more than two languages. My friends, all the people are learning more than two languages, but I cannot speak fluently and cannot understand the language itself. What is the reason? Can you tell me the reason with my body?
All right. Well,
Is there any
we
chakra
understand
blocking
what
or
you are saying right
is
now
there any
for the most part.
Okay.
So, are you practicing every day?
Yes, I have practicing. I every day. Yes, I am in post graduation student.
And
Hello?
are you not seeing improvements with practice?
I'm not speaking in English, but more my I'm saying is what is the reason of I'm not getting learning as a new language and new things. Like I'm understanding the words on the text and anywhere, but I cannot speak loudly or expressing outside. My chakras are blocking or anything. Hello?
Hello, yes. Well, you were
What is the
asking
reason of my
why,
any
if there
chakra?
is a blockage that is affecting your communication in your chakras.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm asking what is the reason of not able to getting speaking or learning speaking in another new language. What is the reason? I'm asking.
Well,
Hello.
you have to believe that it is possible, first of all. You have to believe that you're capable of learning it. You have to practice again as much as you can. You have to have conversations fully in English. Study, read in books if you can. You are not blocked in your energy system, in your chakras. You do not fully believe that you're capable of it yet. So by believing that it is possible and connecting with other people who have already again mastered English as a second language, you can come to see that many people do learn, and also letting go of any comparison, letting go of any shame about your accent or things that might not come through perfectly, and simply celebrating the process.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I am also no. Hello. I am talking some information about the Pleiadians. Can I share it?
Yes.
I have read so many books on Pleiadians and Pleiadian councils with Barbara Marciniaco, bringer of the dawn. Some Pleiadian councils books. I have research on Pleiadians ancient Pleiadians history and Syrian history.
Yes.
Hello, and also I'm happy to after to incarnate my I'm what is my ancient soul is a Pleiadian soul, or can you tell the
what we can say first of all is
hello?
What we can say is you do have a connection to the Pleiadian beings. You have soul counterparts in the Pleiadian world. You can connect with these beings in meditation as you apply the teachings of the various books and teachers you read connected to the Pleiadian consciousness. You can easily deepen into this connection as anyone might. We do have a bit of trouble understanding you. So we hope this answer supports you in the best way possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think. See you.
So you want to ask a question, Harvey?
Hey, Bastiani, no, I didn't have a question. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Hi, this is George, and
Hello,
thank you so much. I too have a question about a strange occurrence, and I'm hoping you can illuminate the nature of this, please.
Yes, we hope so as well.
Thank you. Yesterday evening, I have a small wooden painting that is Polynesian, and it was sitting on top of, I have it on top of a small shelf of crystals, and I heard it fly off that shelf and onto the floor a few feet in front of it. And I'm hoping you can tell me more about how this happened, why, and if there's any significance or import.
You heard it happen, but it did not happen?
I didn't see it happen, but I heard it, and then I found the painting on the floor.
Oh, all right. Did it knock anything over?
No.
All right. Well, there are sometimes subtle movements in the energy field of a home. So there might be some particular aspect of this painting that is trying to get your attention. If you look at the details, can you notice anything about it that has hidden symbolism that you had not yet seen before? As we see it, there were some spirits about that were attempting you to bring a new focus to this painting.
Can you tell me if those were of a positive or of a negative nature, please?
Oh, they're positive. They don't have any ill intentions.
Oh, thank you. That's a relief, because I was concerned that because I live in a very old home and I know that there may be spirits about, my response was to ask them to leave and to leave me alone, and to use this experience to release some of my old fears around being around spirits. But to answer your question about the content of the painting, I did have a strange Mandela effect with it, which is that there are 2 palm trees, and in the middle there are 3 houses. And the palm tree on the right only had the trunk with no leaves. And I don't remember seeing it that way before. It may have been, but I remember it having 2 full palm trees.
So yes, you are having a bit of a Mandela effect moment where the painting has changed in your memory. So that can be a very interesting thing to play with. And that was essentially what these spirits were bringing you to look at, is how memory and perception are shifting all the time. And you are always moving through these parallel realities. So you can find that by paying closer attention to the various details around you, you will see the ways that you are shifting through these realities more frequently.
Fascinating. Thank you. I really appreciate this. And I have a follow-up question, but I'd prefer to wait and give others a chance to speak. Thank you so much.
You, and our thanks to being open to allow everyone to co-create in this way.
Barbara, you have a question?
Yes, sorry. Hi, thank you for being here.
And our thanks to you as well.
I have a couple of questions.
All right.
I don't know what you mean by soul counterpart.
All right, a soul counterpart is what many of you refer to as past or future lifetimes. They are other souls or other soul aspects within the oversoul. The oversoul, again, being a sort of energetic container at a higher dimensional level that brings together all of the various souls that, again, experience different aspects of time and space, incarnate at different moments. So we say a soul counterpart because it helps you to go beyond this notion that there is a past and future, that these other lifetimes are simply occurring here and now, and that this time space is an illusion, because this allows you again to have a deeper relationship with these soul counterparts and allow energies from the seeming past and future to present themselves right now in your present.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said. This allows you to have these relationships. What is it that this is?
Relationships with these soul counterparts to again recognize there is no past, there is no future.
Okay.
These other beings are alive with you now in the present, and you can exchange information and energy and understanding with them here in the present.
Okay, so my other question is that I've been doing some work. I don't know exactly how to put it, but you could call them missions or I've been seeing lights in the star, and orbs have visited me and things like that for a number of years. And I have always wanted to understand how I could communicate with whoever it is or whatever it is that's been visiting me, and never have been sure how to do that. And yesterday I did a meditation and I received a lot of instructions. I've been starting to get instructions in words because I realized that perhaps not everybody that's coming from other dimensions speaks in words. And I don't, and that's how I think. So I need words. And I was wondering if you are receiving information or channeling information or instructions, how is it that you can ascertain that it's the correct thing? Or is it just you go into meditation, you listen and feel if it's right, I guess would be the best thing?
Yes, correct. Listen and feel if it's right. Listen and feel, is it right for you? Because again, it is not a matter of an objective right and wrong. It's simply a matter if certain information is right and relevant for you. Does it resonate with your own authentic excitement? Does it make you feel inspired and creative? And if it does, then you can work with that information. Know, again, all of these beings are telepathic. So they are already communicating with you by the nature of you being aware of them. As soon as you become aware of one of these non-physical beings, they are also aware of you. And then it is the subtle energy, the emotions, the attitude, the psychological doings in your own consciousness that they interpret and read. And so they send you information and signals. It can be a subtle energy. It can be images in your own mind or words in your own mind. And by reflecting information subtly back to them, simply by intending that your thought forms reach them, they will receive and again return to send you new information. It is this telepathic back and forth that allows you to go deeper into connection with them.
Yes, because of course you could have been communicating without knowing it or receiving information without knowing it. But of course I want to know where my thoughts are coming from. So
yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Or thanks to you as well.
Yes, Jennifer, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Jennifer. It's the first time I'm here tonight, and I thank you for your introductory message because it was very beautiful. My question is, for the last few months, I've had a pain in my left jaw, and it's like as if the bone is moving. And I've never had this before. And usually when I have problems, they usually go away quick and I usually get over things very quick. But this is it's staying with me. And so it's starting to bother me. So I don't know if you can help me with this.
All right. Has anything changed recently in your diet or health practices?
I did do a detox, but this happened before the detox.
All right. Is it in your teeth or is it in your jaw?
It's in my left jaw, but it started after I had a tooth out.
All right. It is likely that it is a nerve pain connected to the tooth that was removed. So you can do different practices to ease the pain in the meantime. If it doesn't go away in a couple of weeks or at least get slightly better, you might want to see a dentist or a doctor again. For now, we would suggest massaging the jaw, massaging the areas where it hurts, to do Qigong exercises with your neck, moving your neck back and forth, moving your neck side to side, moving your neck in circular motions, both occipitally and horizontally and frontally, in all the directions you can think of, simply gaining the full rotation of the neck and the jaw, even rotating the jaw in various ways, focusing on the ways that feel pleasurable. In a sense, know as well that the emotional connection here is in speaking your truth and in taking in the nourishment that's right for you. So as you work on those subtle energies, it will also accelerate this release process. So we do sense that this is not something that will be a very lasting experience. It is simply a temporary pain that is offering you some lessons.
Thank you very much. There is another quick question I would like to ask. During a meditation a few days ago, I was bringing in Pleiadian DNA energy, but during this process, I heard the word Andromeda. So I was wondering, and I've got goose pimples, so something's happening.
Yes. Andromeda is a place where you have many soul counterparts as well. You do both have a Pleiadian soul counterpart and several ones from Andromeda. Andromeda is a galaxy that is, again, over the course of millions of years, slowly colliding with this Milky Way galaxy you are a part of. Therefore, the beings from Andromeda that come here represent that vastly distant future. And the collision of two very different galactic histories. Know that your particular galaxy has its own history, and there are different themes that play out here, whereas Andromeda has a completely different history and different themes that play out. So the Andromedan energy, as it comes here, is a sort of disruptive energy. It breaks again many of the old cycles that are not relevant for this distant future that you are headed towards, and helps you to release them and integrate a more refined and sometimes unconventional frequency.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so thanks to you as well. We would encourage you to note how to find that galaxy as you look towards the night sky, and to visualize light from it pouring into your own galaxy and into your own crown chakra, feeling yourself as a receptor for these beings' energy. You can work with this energy and use it in many ways to bring in new and unique codes in all that you do.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks to you as well.
I have a question.
Yes.
I would like to, on the topic of light, we hear this term love and light, light workers or light bodies. Even when we pass, we've always heard, you know, go into the light. Most recently, though, I heard a concept of this earth, this planet, and recycling souls in a way that is not necessarily a positive thing, and seems like so many things here are kind of backwards, or there's a lot of trickery. And in this particular topic of light, they were saying that, in fact, that is one of the things, is not to go towards the light. In terms of when our body is leaving, our soul is leaving our body. Can you speak to that? Is there truth to that concept?
No, these concepts are distortions for the most part, because again, the light is source, love is source. They're simply different dimensional explorations of it. So again, the light is far beyond many of the dimensions that you can fully perceive and witness. It is the light that has always existed before this universe came into being. And thus, what did Source imagine creating this particular universe was stars. Stars that emit great light. It is in the codes of the light of the sun that come to your planet that support all life. Without that light, nothing would be present here. And the moon reflects the sun's light, allowing the softer, more yin qualities of that light, the, in a sense, more psychic qualities of the light beyond the life-giving aspects of it to be received and enter into your consciousness. Some fear the light. There are beings that attempt to disconnect themselves from the light. In fact, in the language of Sanskrit, the meaning of demon is a being without light. And so these beings of a lower frequency energy are convinced that they must establish their own individual existence without a connection to source. But because beings can only subsist off of light, essentially, they take the light not from source directly, but from other beings who are either connected to source or also falling under the same illusion of being disconnected from source. Light is necessary for your existence to be maintained. However, again, some beings wish to not connect directly with source because, in a sense, when you do connect with source, it obliterates some sense of your individuality. You recognize that all is one, and that while you are still this one soul blends in with the ocean of existence. And this is in some senses scary. So that fear inspires people to come up with stories like the one that you have heard, to not trust the light. Now, there are challenges with this concept of light as it comes to the idea of lightness of color versus the idea of light itself. Understand, when you see the color black or brown or gray, you are still seeing light being reflected back to you. Those colors are not an absence of light. And so it is, in a sense, the fear of darkness that has led to so many of the racial stigmas in your world. And it is also the obsession with light that brings you to fear energetic darkness. What is the opposite of light? Well, there cannot really be an opposite. Darkness is not the opposite of light. It is the absence of light. And it is not that the absence of light is bad. In fact, the absence of light is good, because when there's a space without so much light, it allows you to see the light that is there much more clearly. Much like if you were so focused on the light, why don't you stare directly at the sun? Do you think if you stare directly at the sun, would that help you to see? No. Well, of course, there is sun gazing, which is good, well and good, but that is a different subject entirely. But the point here thus is that you need the absence of light or darkness in order to know the light. And darkness is simply, in some senses, unknown. And when there is unknown, that is a vastly good thing to experience and to celebrate. Because again, you know less than 1% of all that is. You know such a fraction. So when you step into the space of unknown, you allow yourself to expand much more rapidly, much more quickly and clearly than by focusing on what is already known and learning what is already known. So you need, yes, the balance of light and darkness, and both light and darkness are good, important, and vital for your existence here.
Thank you. And in regards to the sun, and I know you mentioned sun gazing, which I had learned a bit about. We're always told not to look at the sun, which I often think that the things that have been so programmed into us might be a false thing. So
Yes.
is that a truth? Is the
No, you can
sun?
look at the sun, but you can look at the sun only in somewhere around 10 to 30 minutes prior to the sun, or just after the sunrise and prior to the sunset. It depends on where you are in the world. And especially when you first start doing it, we would encourage you to look at the sun only in the 5 minutes before it's setting or after it's rising. And gradually with time, you can look at much more of the sun's rays. This actually improves your vision and allows those codes that the sun is bringing to go directly into your brain, thus directly into your consciousness. It accelerates the decalcification of your pineal gland and helps you to achieve higher states of consciousness quicker.
Exciting. Thank you so much.
Yes, so thanks to you as well. And again, with this and with all practices of this nature, when it is feeling like too much, it is too much. So your own body is designed to tell you how much you need and when to stop. So don't attempt to force yourself to integrate more energy than you actually need, because that will inevitably hurt you. Somebody else has a question.
I have something I might like to know.
All right.
You've said previously that many of us you've said about the hybridization that, oh, where's my camera gone? There's my camera. You've said that some of us have not either been abducted or more recently that while we sleep, our astral bodies have been borrowed and the DNA has made hybrid children. I'm curious to connect, and I was wondering about names. I mean, in our world we have names. I don't know if they have they have names in their world. Or
yes, your hybrid children have names.
So I'm wondering what the names are.
We won't tell them to you. It is better that you find out for yourself.
Okie doke.
So again, as you are practicing these guided meditations and different techniques, use them to connect with your own hybrid children.
Thank you. And I appreciate you telling me that they have names. Thank you.
Oh, and thanks to you as well. Somebody else has a question.
Hello, Great Council. How's everything?
Hello. Oh, we are fantastic indeed.
Epic here as well. Thank you. I'd have a specific question. I've worked on clearing certain root chakra blockers for an amount of time, and it's also been vibrating and pulsating now, along with my left side. And I notice a stopping point in the aspect of just being able to accept and receive love. And I'm wondering, would it be brute forcing it if I just do my best to try to get a visualization to accept it within? Or would it, on top of adding the question, what would it feel if I had that revelation? What would it feel if it worked out?
It would not be brute force, no, to attempt to bring yourself into higher states of love, to visualize more of that energy, to feel more of it. Know that, in a sense, integrating higher states of love can bring one to feel the emotions that block the love. These are usually emotions of guilt, shame, fear, or disgust, or a combination of them. There are many other emotions that block love as well, though know that your ability to integrate this love is first of all dependent on how much you are willing to feel the emotions that block it. If you can feel both the love and the blocking emotions simultaneously, using the love to dissolve them, you will get to release more of these belief systems and their corresponding emotions step by step, and find yourself more able to maintain that high state of love more of the time.
Okay. So in that moment, let's say doing a visualization and then I feel the blocker, to be able to feel both would I have
Yes.
to repeat the visualization plus kind of have, let's say, my higher self or a guide or anything just kind of telling me, it's okay, it's fine, this is what happened back then?
If that is the permission slip that works for you, then we encourage you to use it because it is perfect. Again, everyone will have their own unique way of doing it, but the key is maintaining awareness, yes, of the love and also whatever blocks it. And if that corresponds to you with visualizations and affirmations and connections with certain guides, then that is perfect and well. For another person, it might be something different.
Okay, that is awesome. Great thanks to you guys.
Yes, sir, thanks, and love to you as well.
Hi, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, yes, welcome.
I have one very short question for you.
All right.
Some time ago, you told me to get white Labradorite,
yes,
replacing the rainbow moonstone. I got so excited when you actually told that, but that I forgot to hear the word white, so I got a normal Labradorite. I was just wondering whether it's okay for me to work with it.
Well, it's very similar. Yes, it is also a stone of magic and protection. It is a sort of mirror stone that can deflect energies that do not serve you, as well as it is a stone that can invite in the connection of your particular guides and activate your psychic gifts.
So I could actually use it for connecting with my Sasani guide as well.
Yes.
But which one do you think is better for this purpose, the Labradorite or the Moldavite?
You can use them all in conjunction. Again, recognize that they are permission slips. They offer you a vibration that supports you in maintaining that higher vibration that would connect with your guides. None of them are essential. None of them are necessary. They simply allow you access through the resonance they create. And that is all.
Yes, because today when I was actually charging the Labradorite, it was vibrating most compared to all the other crystals. And it started to come in my mind whether that's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but I really resonate with it. So I believe it's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay,
Then
thank you very much.
again,
for your
follow
time.
that resonance. Trust your own intuition in showing you these unique vibrations and subtle frequencies, that they are always the pointers that are leading you along the way.
Thank you very much for your guidance.
Thanks and love to you as well.
Okay, I would love to ask a question.
All right, yeah.
For the last 1.5 years since this pandemic started, I haven't been feeling to give some workshops or ceremonies, and I feel to start this call again. And so I'm facilitating one in this Saturday, and just a few people are joining, like 3 people are joining. So I was wondering, is it directly related to some negative beliefs or fear I have around this? The fact that it's not
Did you
me.
want to have more people?
Yes, would love to.
Though, is it still okay that there's this amount of people?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Yes, it is, in a sense, perfect. It can be used in a positive way in, well, many ways. One would be seeing that as you are just starting to build momentum and leading and offering workshops again, having an intimate group allows you to start fresh, to start anew, to experiment with doing things a new way rather than attempting to recreate what you've already offered. So perhaps you can use this as a permission slip for that, in holding space in a new experimental way.
Right. Yes. Okay, thank you.
And know that for you, and well, for many others as well, that these times are in general still a time in which collectively the energy is more tuned inward. So less people are interested in some of these experiences in person as they were in the past, unless it is in that particular setting where people are very intrigued to go beyond the consensus of what the governments and medias are telling various people around the world to do. And there are some places and scenarios where there are even more people activating these fields of workshops and activities and so on and so forth. But again, do be aware of the particular frequency of where you are at and how people are impacted.
Yes. Well, in Denmark and Copenhagen, there are more and more people facilitating cacao ceremonies, and they're very popular. And that's what I was doing before, but I felt that it was not my truth anymore. That I don't need the cacao to create this space together.
Well, you may not need that plant for the purpose of what you are creating, but the plant can still, in a sense, be a permission slip to draw people in because that is what they think they want.
I know exactly, yes. So, okay.
And you can even present that in the way you offer what you offer, sharing that, yes, this plant offers something, but what we are doing here is beyond the plant, and this is simply a treat that we can enjoy.
Okay. I was just thinking that if I feel that we can create a space together without the cacao spirits, then I can attract the people that resonate with that.
Yes, you can also do that. You can do a variety of things. You can do both even. You can have an event that uses that plant to draw in many people who may or may not know you, and then you can offer a space where you don't work with the plant at all to particularly work with the people then that you've attracted that are willing to go into a place where that permission slip is not necessary.
Yes. Okay.
So the key of all of these reflections, we would say, is to not make negative meaning out of any manifestation along the process. If less people show up on a given day, it simply means that less people are needed there at that time. Less people need it. And you need instead the experience of what the smaller container offers. So having trust that everyone is there for a reason, and everyone is there for a reason for you, and you are there for a reason for everyone else, and vice versa, in terms of how everyone is, in a sense, showing up guided by their own higher self with the specific agreements that are set in that moment. You can come to see that however it happens, it will be perfect.
Yes. Mostly I feel distrust, but there was a little something in the way, so thank you.
All right. Yes, I think so as well. And more than anything, we encourage you to have fun with it, to allow it to be ways that you expand your excitement.
Oh, please say it again. I didn't hear everything.
Have fun with it and allow it to be something that expands your excitement.
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions now?
Yes. Hi, this is George again.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. I have a question about the stones that I'm wearing right now in the form of a necklace.
All right.
Which came to me some 7 or 8 years ago. And I understand that these stones, there's 12 Azez, which I understand are related to a group called the Azez. And without going into the long version of the story, briefly, right after I received this necklace, which I was wearing it, and it's strung on steel, on really thick wire, and it literally broke and burst off of my neck. And I was wondering, and I had to go back to the person who made it and have it restrung. So I'm curious about why that happened, and also if you could say more about who the Azez are and the Azez stones, which I understand only came to exist on Earth after 1993. Thank you.
What was happening in the moment that this necklace broke?
I was walking through a doorway.
And metaphorically, were you walking through any other doorway? Were you transitioning in some sense from one realm to another?
I was preparing to leave my life in Los Angeles and return to the place where I was born.
Yes. And so this experience, in a sense, represented a breaking with that past and a reopening into the future. So stones, talismans, artifacts can break for a variety of reasons. It will happen in the right time, and it can always be used in a positive way. Sometimes, very rarely, it is protection that signals that in this moment, you are being redirected out of a particular situation. Sometimes it happens because you have integrated the energy of those stones and do not need them anymore. Sometimes it happens because the stones want to go to the place where you are currently residing. Sometimes it happens because whatever you were thinking of in the moment is related to the stones, or perhaps you were thinking of a person that might need the support of them. Of course, there are many reasons, and your intuition will always highlight what is most relevant for you. So yes, in this case, walking through the doorway is, again, usually symbolic of moving and transitioning between realms. So you were transitioning back to this new old life, and the stones were, in a sense, releasing the energies you picked up along the way to be reassembled, re-put together in a new place, so that you can walk with their energy in a new way without, again, whatever they picked up and you picked up in your time in Los Angeles.
Wonderful, thank you. That really makes a lot of sense because it predated my actual decision by a few months, but energetically, apparently I was already creating that transition on an unconscious level. And I'm curious if you have anything to add about this group called the Azez and the stone called Azez, please.
Well, these are interdimensional beings, similar to what you might consider as angels. They do have a certain extraterrestrial frequency and help support in accessing the elemental consciousness of the beings of the earth. So you might find that these beings support you in deepening your psychic connection with all invisible realms.
Thank you so much. Much love to you all.
Our love and appreciation to you as well.
Do you have time for one quick question?
Yes, one more would be fine.
I just wanted to confirm the beings named Gamalgum. Do they exist, or should I mistrust the person talking about that?
They exist.
So these meditations that guide me towards them, it's safe and they're good guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Our great love and thanks to you as well.
Love to you.
So in 8 minutes, there will have passed 2 hours since we started.
All right. Are there any written questions on YouTube?
I'm going to check again, but I haven't seen. No, there are no questions.
All right. Any final questions in the group then?
Yeah, great thanks, Council. It's been amazing. My mind's been racing from what you've said. I have a minor question then. In the case where, let's say, a brain would have a perpetual habit of, let's say, seeing negative outcomes or fear outcomes, and I know it's something linked to something back in the past, would you have any kind of recommendation to do something in the moment?
You can, again, interrupt that thought process and put the thought in its time and space. You can say to the thought, I know that you served me at one time, but you no longer serve me now. Create the opposite thought in your mind and bring your focus there, while still again allowing yourself to feel the emotions without running from them, without suppressing them, without making them wrong. Again, as we have started this transmission, by having a positive attitude towards the negative experience, by understanding that you're having that negative experience to release, again, charges from the past. So it is a good thing that it is happening now. And by doing that, you can find that you can have an interruption of any sort of thought without it causing you to lose momentum.
Okay, it would literally be keeping it while still canceling it out in a certain way. And that would not necessarily, because I understand the process of attraction. So if I allowed a thought to be there, but still attempt to blend love or even cancel out its momentum, that would also, let's say, prevent any kind of repetition of attraction. Let's say meeting people like that, or even having more thoughts like that.
Correct.
That is super awesome. Thank you all, and so much love your way.
Yes, our love and thanks to you as well. All right. We invite you now to close your eyes for a final meditation if you would like. Bring all of your awareness into your heart and deepening and lengthening your breath. Picturing your body fill up with light. As you inhale, And as you exhale, send that light out to your extremities, to every cell, feeling this current of energy spread through you, perhaps smiling within to support the light and expanding. Picture great roots that grow out from your heart, down through your body, out through the soles of your feet, and out through the base of your spine. See them wrapping around all of the roots of other plants, around minerals, metals, crystals, traveling through the underground water, and underground lava, all the way down to that molten core of the earth, to the crystal core of the earth, pulling in this deep reservoir of earth energy. Feel the magnetic pulse of this earth's solid core. Feel it as if it's a heartbeat, radiating upwards, pulsating, beat by beat into your body. Picture this light traveling upwards rapidly and filling your body with the deep earth energy, bit by bit, coming in through your feet to the base of your spine, and creating a warmth or tingling as your whole body fills with this earth energy. Picture then as well a column of light, cylinder of light that surrounds your body and travels all the way up to the center of this galaxy. Picture light from the beyond rapidly pouring down like a cosmic shower, bringing in streams of light from many stars connected to your solar system, from your own sun. Seeing this brilliant golden, blue, and red energy traveling down through your crown, filling your whole body with the cosmic light, completing the circuit, allowing the earth energy and the cosmic energy to meet in your heart. We invite you then to picture yourself walking through a slightly snowy forest. Step by step, allowing yourself to explore. Know that around here in this forest, there are animal guides, there are spirit guides, there are elemental beings, nature spirits, that might want to connect with you. Walk onwards on a path until you see a brilliant tree that looks oh so very comfortable to sit down and let your back rest upon. As you sit down in front of you, you notice there's a greater tree, one that is very much still alive despite the winter, an evergreen, you would say. And let your focus fixate on this particular tree. Feel there's an energetic current moving up your body through the tree on which you're sitting that travels up to the tip of the tree and then circulates into the tree that you gaze upon. Feeling the energy current of that tree that you gaze upon again, flowing back through the roots of the other tree. Notice that as you come to interact with these two trees, that the trees deepen in their interaction with each other. Let this nourishing earth energy support you and anchor you here. As you call forth any beings you'd wish to interact with, especially the nature spirits, to stand up before you. Allow him to decorate that tree, perhaps not in any way that's conventional to you in your world, but is akin to that tradition you might have in some places. But instead now let the nature spirits decorate the tree in a way that reflects to you a new way that you can uniquely attune to their realm. Let the signs arise. Allow this tree and all of the spirits involved to communicate messages to you. Perhaps you receive the insight of something that you are to do out in nature. Some way in which you can make these connections more real for you. For know that wherever you walk, others witness you. And as you open to receive their love, there are many ways that you can come to know many denizens of these subtle realms, experience them as great allies. Whenever you are ready, bring yourself back from this experience, back into the room, back into your body, taking deep breaths in and bringing with you all of this powerful elemental earth energy. We thank you once again for allowing this interaction to take place, for allowing all of our transmissions to be received in your world as you open up the bridge between our realms together by co-creating. Our love is unconditional and always with you. You can connect with us whenever you would like in your own ways. Our thanks once again, and we look forward to seeing you in all the ways that we might. Cool, all right. Hi, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dante. It was amazing.
Welcome. Thanks to everybody for being here.
Thank you very
Beautiful
much for the
group today.
visualization at the end.
You're welcome.
Everyone's
Thought it was
question
good
was
fun.
awesome.
Yeah, really fun. Seeing, ooh, what happened? Wow, so many people here today. Really grateful to see so many people coming out. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this and yeah, appreciate all the presence here.
Yeah, thanks, Dante. Fantastic.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
And as well, everybody, there is the private transmission next week if you'd like to join. It allows more personal questions, the space to be shared. It also allows us to go over things that might not be able to be shared on public platforms like YouTube or Facebook when the world is censoring many things right now. So every other Friday, we have that group. You can contact me to join. It's by donation, $22 to $33. So once I receive that from you, I give you all the info and you get the recording afterwards. Also, remember this group is done by donation. Donation would really be super supportive for me right now. So all of those details are in the comments on the YouTube chat and the Zoom chat. And you can also support this by sharing it with people that might resonate with it, might be interested in the Pleiadian message or in raising their frequency through these different tools as well. So yeah, thank you for supporting in the ways that you do. And yeah.
Thank you too, Dante.
Mm.
Feeling so blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful to just, again, this energy is like it's taking me deeper for each time.
Yeah? What's that experience like?
Sorry?
What is that experience like? Like deeper in your body, you can feel the energy more palpably and like deeper understanding?
I feel like I'm more both grounded and the energy going upwards, very strong meditative energy. And at the same time, that allows me, it was very much in sync with what you asked last, Josh. Then I can feel a sense what is not aligned, what is not fully embraced by love within. Yeah, and I could sense how just being present allows me to embrace deeper what is.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing that.
And it's
I'm
one
glad
of
that
the.
it's like. What was that, Josh? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It was one of the awesome thing with the channeling course where it's like it deepened that inner connection, and so much more gets to be revealed from within. And it's just like this interesting Easter egg hunt after a while, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's constantly new things being revealed and shared. And I mean, for me as well, like the channeling always goes deeper even after years of doing it. It's like every session there's this kind of deeper experience of integrating the energy to a point where it feels so much more casual. Like when I first would do channeling, I would feel like electric sensations and my body would be shaking and vibrating. And it was like a full-on like high that I would have to like succumb to like every time I did it a couple times a week. It was like, whoa, this is intense. And then with time, like everything that's intense and challenging and pushing our consciousness to some new level becomes kind of normal. And then we have this new threshold of what it means to kind of be pushing our edge, pushing our limit, to going into an even more open, expansive state of love. So the momentum builds, and that's why it is all about that formula of following our passion, knowing that that state brings us to our next upper limit where we can integrate such a deeper quality of love every time.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for this co-creation. Thank you, Dante and the Pleiadians. See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bastiani.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
I'm still here if anybody has some questions or
Thank you.
anything to share.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's feeling like the guidance we're getting is to be ourselves and find our own connections. That's very much what I find, compared to some other things where it's a dependence on coming back. With what I get in this channeling, it's like, oh yes, I know. Oh yes, it just reminds me, probably I know. And probably I can find my own path, my own connection, my own way. I really love this. I mean, it's like, it's not necessary to share it, you know? It's just fun to share it, but like the answers are being revealed.
Yeah. It's paradoxical because it's like,
yeah.
You know, jumping out of the matrix and into this like just open space of just receiving these insights, these thoughts, and then having that back and forth. It's just like a whole different change, right?
Yeah. And we're right around the planet. There's someone here from India. Dante's in Mexico. Josh, you're in Canada. There's 3 of us in Italy today.
Wow.
I'm
Who's
bringing...
the other person in Italy, just out of curiosity?
Jennifer's from Italy. She took the photographs that I I was using here this evening. Jennifer lives very near me, so we met very recently.
Oh, great.
Yeah, also from Connecting Consciousness, Italy.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know. No, okay, Jennifer, we'll connect another time. Thank you.
Okay, it's a bit too late for questions.
Yeah, sorry, Christina. We already finished channeling. It started 2 hours ago. So I don't know if something was confused with your time zone today. Oops. Yeah, I think I have a horrible noise in the background right now. I'm sorry about that. Kisses, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I would say, it isn't just my channeling, but channeling in general. Like the thing that makes it so different from other paths out there is that it is all coming back to learning to connect with your own inner truth and learning to connect with what's true for you. There's this understanding that we're all different beings having different experiences and different realities, and what's true for somebody isn't going to be true for another person. So it's about shedding all of these notions of the right and wrong way of doing things to find what's really true for us. And knowing as well as multidimensional beings will change in every moment. And once we find something that seems really right for us, in the next moment we'll find, oh, well, it was just leading me to make this other change. And I'm on a different path. So there's so much surrender and letting go in these times, because we're coming to the time on the planet where everyone's been trying to be so fixated and controlled in the way they do things, when really it's about finding your own way, and the only way to find your own way is to surrender.
Yeah, being completely open to that surrendering. It's well, freeing, and then it can be played like a game where it's just, okay, what's the next spot? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? So man, it's funny because it's like, I remember especially with prior structural systems where it has to be step 1, step 2, step 3, but it never really allowed for this aspect of just being this understanding the adaptation, or just literally understanding that, we're constantly evolving. So one thing might work at one point, but as we evolve, we might just evolve to another thing, and the crashing of that prior structure where we had to be fixated on one single thing or one single line. Nah, man, let's just multi-dimensional at this point. Of course, there's balance, but Oh, Dante, you're muted.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm muted. Do I still have the scarcity state of mind about money? No, not really. I could use more of it. I could
I'll
always
send you
use
some.
more of it. But
I've just got to find my PayPal password. I'll send you some.
Oh,
I'm a bit late for your birthday, but I'll send you a late birthday present.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Scarcity is a state of mind where, we aren't really focused on what we need to do. It's like, again, abundance is having the ability to do what we need to do and being so simple and open in the moment as to how that's received. And scarcity consciousness is very common and prevalent on the planet right now. But actually, in the past couple of years, it's been a lot easier to move out of that into flow. But it takes a willingness to go beyond the fear, and also a willingness to open to support, to ask for what we need, to trust that the universe is going to give it to us. And part of the universe giving it to us is also asking for it. So those are my thoughts on scarcity.
Yes, but do you compare yourself 6 months ago I was so much stressful, and then now 6 months later this feeling that doesn't exist anymore? Have you compared yourself?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know, I wasn't stressed out about money 6 months ago. I was stressed out about other things, but it is, you know, for me, what I see is so much releasing insistence on things. It's like, I get stressed out because I think I need things to happen a certain way, but the realization is the surrender of like, all I'm doing is following the formula. All I'm doing is experiencing what I'm passionate about, sharing what I'm passionate about, and connecting with people that I love and doing what I love to do. And as long as I'm doing that, I have abundance. So it's like we need to shift into this more kind of community-based attitude where it's about co-creating with love, co-creating with people we love, sharing the gifts that we love and experiencing more of what we love, because it really isn't about all of these kind of false survival matrix things that people have kind of surrendered to in the world. Like, why do we have to participate in the system? And that's what's really interesting now, especially like in the States, you see that there's a work shortage because, you know, when people realize that I don't have to do the things I'm not excited about doing and decide that that's their reality, and everyone decides that, we won't live in this world where we're essentially still in serfdom. Serfdom never ended. So it's like we have to say that we don't prefer that. We have to realize that that can be our preference, and that living the life that we really want is possible, and it's really the only possibility that's going to bring us the greatest reward. So quit your jobs, everyone. Do what you love.
None of us
If
have
I
lost
may.
their jobs.
If I may, Dante, I just wanted, this is George, I just wanted to reflect on the incredible gift you brought through from the Pleiadians today, which feels like such a crystallization of something that hasn't really added up or made sense until today. The opening meditation about how to have a positive attitude while dealing with things that can look negative. That was just so incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for that reflection.
Dante,
I'm glad it was helpful. Yeah.
I have a question. Have you met some service to self negative Pleiadian?
No,
Never?
but they might exist. I'm sure they certainly exist, but they're from a very past time and space.
Ah, because my guide said.
But you feel the frequency, like you feel the frequency of a being. If it inspires a state of fear or resistance in you, then that's not a positive being. There's positive and negative beings from every realm.
Because my guide said some of my friends were surrounded with dark Pleiadian, so I was very curious. What is the logic of those people? So it's the thought I have. It make no logical, no sense. So I don't know.
Well, also, you know, there's just as much distortion that people fear the things they don't understand. And, you know, for a lot of people, this is like, you know, this isn't real, but for many people as well, you know, spiritual stuff is real and entities are real and all of this is real, but we shouldn't talk to them. And like Pleiadians and aliens are all kind of bad. And like, I've met people that are deep in, you know, a shamanic path, studying with shaman around the world and plant medicine and having retreat centers and stuff, who like at first were like open to like, yeah, I'll have your workshop at my place. But then when they realized it was about channeling extraterrestrials, aliens, they had this whole long rant about, ooh, can't trust them. Like, of course, I've been dealing with shamanism for 20 years and I've met aliens and I don't want to meet them. I saw the aliens come physically right here and land right next to me, and they were standing over me and they were watching me for 10 minutes, and I just ignored them and said nothing, and they went away, and I told them never to come back again. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know, like, did they seem like they were trying to threaten you? Were they really trying to hurt you? How do you know that this is bad? So people have very old, outdated beliefs about things. So you really have to question, like, whenever, you know, somebody is fearing anything, like, where is that coming from? Is that just a story they've heard, or is there really a reason to be afraid? Because most of the time, there's really no reason to be afraid. And when, you know, especially when it comes to metaphysical stuff and other people's energy and so on, it's like when you recognize that you are source and your connection to source allows you to transmute any lower frequency energy, then there's no reason to fear about any of these things, because you know that when you've cleared the energy within yourself, it's gone. And you're no longer attuned to any of those weird vibes out there. So those are my thoughts.
Yes, it's a shame there are too much good extraterrestrial crabs, ducks, but whatever you want, potatoes, extraterrestrial, all good, and we reject them. I have a last question. What is your thought about Ashtar Command? I always hear about Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command, what is that?
I've listened to that a couple times. I think it's okay. Like, one of the psychics I've worked with said that she works with that Ashtar being sometimes. I'm not really called to it, but yeah, it's cool.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I think I just like say for everyone, like, sometimes people think that I watch a lot of videos and know what a lot of the other people in this field and community are saying. And I actually don't really watch that many videos anymore or bring in new things. I'm always like open to hear about things if you think, wow, this is really exciting. I just don't have that much time. I'm focused on the channeling that I'm offering and the things that I'm creating, and also just living my life. So I don't know about everything that goes on out there, and I don't really want to either, because some of the things that are going on out there are like, they just don't feel relevant to me. And I think there's, you know, there's just as much fear-based stuff as there is real stuff. So.
Thank you, Dante.
You're welcome.
Dante, when did you do combo?
Today.
Oh. Was that?
And yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that too.
Wow.
I just put one dot on every. I do like micro doses, and the micro doses are pretty like.
Oh, cool.
I did like have a very acidic like purge today, but it was very small. You don't really vomit with a microdose, but I'm going to like put a full dose on tomorrow or the next day.
Does it work for diet? Weight loss?
For diet, I mean, yeah, the combo attunes you to your body. So it's like you have to follow a certain diet before, like no meat, no alcohol, no toxins, no sugar for some days. And then because it like cleanses your body so thoroughly, and it makes you very sensitive to things. So after taking combo, like you lose interest in a lot of things that are more unhealthy, because you just feel so vital from the health benefits that it's like, I don't want to take in these toxins or this and that. So I first had combo like 8 years ago. And since then I've been taking, like, I had some years off. I re-encountered the medicine again in 2016. And since then, really, I've been taking it like 8 to 12 times a year, and sometimes microdosing it and serving friends. But it's very useful. It really, like, increases your vital life force energy and gets out the toxins that don't belong there. But not everyone can take it. There's a lot of contraindications for it.
Stop. You do so much cleansing. Soon you will start to go levitate like Jesus, and we will not have channeling anymore. Calm down.
No, you gotta keep the cleansing, keep cleansing. I'm not saying that I don't detox and retox sometimes, so I have to keep cleansing.
Thanks for the information about Kambo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And for sharing your experience.
Welcome. Harfi. I think I've seen
Welcome,
you here a couple times, so thanks for being here.
So Dante, I've been here like the last 2 or 3 lifetimes. I actually remember parts of it, and it's pretty cool because I'm like, wow, I can't believe this. I've been able to tell some people about it now, and it's pretty cool and stuff, and why I was here before. So yeah.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, it's really good to be able to remember your past lifetimes, and powerful to like be able to carry that memory with you, because not everybody has it. But yeah, I mean, we all have so many other connections that like it's not the first time that we experience this reality, but it is. So.
Right.
So much.
And I believe the final showdown will be in December when the next solar solstice.
In December, this December?
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, something's coming up really big.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely like, you know, astrologically we have another Uranus and Saturn square, and that one's going to be the nastiest one because Uranus is retrograde. It's the second to last one, so it is kind of like ushering in the end of whatever these weird times we're in are. But I think the final Saturn Uranus square towards, you know, the springtime is going to be more revolutionary in its nature. So get your tinfoil hats, get your pitchforks, get out in the streets.
Go live in Mexico.
What?
Go live in Mexico. It might be safe there.
Yeah, Mexico's fine. They don't care about very much here. Do I have a source of ethical combo? If you go to the International Association of Kambo Practitioners, I guess that's IAKP, go to their website. You can find a network of combo practitioners around the world. You can order combo online off of websites, but I wouldn't do that, especially because friends of mine have told me that the sources of combo that you just buy online usually come from tribes that are now starting to abuse the frog or kill the frog in extracting the medicine because they get more medicine when they do that. And but it changes the medicine. It's not as good quality, and it of course brings in that kind of toxic energy in. So definitely don't do that. Look up some practitioners, and even if you're able to find it ethically, definitely don't just put combo on yourself without sitting with it like numerous times with people who are trained, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I had combo like 12 times with other practitioners before I ever started putting it on myself.
Okay, I'm going to move on. It's late here. I'm going to say good night.
Yeah, I should move on too. I don't know. I felt chatty today, and there were so many people here that I was like, we'll hang out and we'll
good flow today.
Good flow. Other things in a different way.
Thank you so much, Dante, and really appreciate the information about how to start working with combo. That's really helpful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah, let me know how that goes, and if maybe I know people as well in different areas. Who knows? I don't think I know anyone up in New England, but you'll find them if it calls to you. And thanks everyone for being here. And
Thank you, Dante. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Private transmission on Fridays as well. Channeling course starts whenever enough people sign up. If you're interested, there's free program consultations. We can talk for a half hour and see if it's right for you. Donations are welcome. I said all the things, third or fourth time now, so that's all the things. Hope to see you next week. Share these videos if you know people who are ready for it, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love to all of you. Big hug. Bye-bye.
Bye.